Alright, people, we're going to talk about autophagy and like basically how you can set your body into this mode where you know that you are starting to lose fat in your body. A lot of people don't know how to put themselves into that caloric deficit mode. People think that if they don't eat within 12 hours that is working, or if it's within 24 hours that is going to start shedding the fat off of them. And see, this is the part where people misunderstand the scientifics of their body, and they give up. They give up with their diets. They give up with their weight loss. Some people get easily tempted into going back into eating. So I'm here to let you know how this is happening and how it works for some individuals. And how I can teach this, or why I'm teaching, is because I'm experiencing it myself. See, I can't teach unless I first gone through it myself. Now, I'm not here to sound like some type of professor or doctor or whatever. I'm speaking from experience. That's how I'm teaching, from experience, not by encyclopedias, MD books and certificates, none of that. But I am not going to stir you false information either. Now, first of all, speaking of information, let's go with autophagy. Some people say, how long do you have to fast until autophagy? Listen, this is for certain people, not everybody, but certain individuals may have different effects with their body, because it depends on how much fat you have in your body and how much you've eaten before you even started to fast. Autophagy, your body's cell cleaning process, starts ramping up around 12 to 18 hours of fasting, with significant activation often seen after 24 hours and peaking around 36 to 72 hours. Though this varies by individuals, and studies often use 24 to 48 hour windows in animal models. A typical approach is the 16-8 method fast for 16 hours basically, but like I said, this is different individuals. But longer fasts like 24 hours trigger more robust autophagy, with benefits like reduced insulin and improved cellular cleanup. But always consult a doctor before extending fasting. So I tried to give you that first before I explain my experience with autophagy. Now, people may be like, "Oh, what is that? What is see?" A lot of people don't even know what that is. Probably never felt autophagy, meaning self-eating, because they haven't put themselves in that phase yet. And we're talking about those who have dieted, fasted, people who are trying to fast and trying to basically diet. And when you putting yourself through that, that means that you're trying to lose weight. You're not putting yourself through that because you're fasting for the Lord. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Most people is not doing that for the Lord. They doing it for themselves. And I'm not saying everybody is not willing to go to that degree for the Lord. I'm not saying that. I'm letting you know the phase of how you can get to autophagy and why you're there. I'm gonna just say it like that. Let me stop, because I don't want to say, "Oh, you telling people that if they're fasting for the Lord that they shouldn't or they can't go into autophagy." I'm just letting you know how easy it is for people to fall off, because autophagy is not a game. That's all I'm saying. People would take more struggles with trying to lose weight more than fasting for the Lord. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, moving on. Now, I just read to you all about the certain timings of how your body can go into autophagy. That is not everybody. Me, when I first started to go through the process of the weight loss, it actually took me 3 days, which is 72 hours, to go into autophagy. See what I'm saying? People, it depends on how much you've eaten before you even started your fasting journey. Now, let's just say, for instance, if you're trying to lose weight and you've just eaten a big Thanksgiving meal yesterday. You just ate a big meal. We talking about chicken, stew, rice, gravy, potatoes. You've eaten sweet potato pies, macaroni and cheese, beans, peas, fish, pasta, rasta pasta, and chicken alfredo. You ate all that cornbread, muffins, white breads, pecan pies, potato chips, tacos, nachos, juice, Kool-Aid, pop, beer. You had all that in one day, bro. You're stuffed. You're full. You're so full you're gassy because you're cramping and you got esophagus and all this going on and indigestion, heartburns. You got all this going on because you've overeaten, meaning you're glutted. Okay, cool. How long do you think you're going to how long you think it's going to take for autophagy to set in? Bro, with autophagy, you need to let that food digest first. Meaning, the time that you stop eating all that, let's just say 8 p.m., you done. And you say, I'm finna fast tomorrow, so I'm done. You start right now, 8 p.m. Okay, cool. That means the next 8 p.m. around, don't eat nothing. If you don't eat nothing from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. the next day, that's actually the beginning of your food. Your food is in motion to even break down. Your food is breaking down and doing its things. You got to use the washroom, let all that out within 24 hours, and all of that itself is going to take some time to even break down. You're still full after 4 hours of eating that stuff. So you have to first, within 24 hours, no eating to allow all of that you put in your stomach digest. Huh? Okay, cool then, 24 hours. You ain't ate nothing, but in your mind, you're hungry. You're not hungry physically. In your mind, you are, because you've never gone 24 hours straight not eating. And see, that's the conflict with trying to reach your goal, because it's mind over matter now. You see what I'm saying? So you're still not eating. Let's just say within the next 10 hours, I'm going to push it up. The next 10 hours. The next 10 hours is what? 34 hours. 34 hours, you're going to start feeling hungry. Not only mentally, but physically, you're going to start feeling hungry, especially mentally. I ain't eaten almost 2 days. Hold on. So now you're going to be more triggered to break your fast. So you still haven't yet gone into autophagy. Like I said, it depends on how much fat you have on you and how much food you've eaten before you even started this journey. So your body is going to probably start going into it, but not yet fully there at autophagy. You see what I'm saying? Because you still got fat on you. Huh? You still got fat on you. You're not starving, but you may be hungry. Now, what's making you feel more hungry is your mind, because your mind is telling you haven't eaten in 34 hours. So you're going to be tempted to eat, but don't eat. You still got to go through these motions. You still haven't felt exactly autophagy yet. This is where people give in and give up through their weight loss journey. Now, okay, 34. Let's put another day on it. Let's just say 48 hours. That's 2 days. Now you're going to start feeling it. You're going to be like, oh, wait. I need some gum to chew on. I know I'm fasting and I know I'm trying to get this weight loss. And then this is probably the time you can step on the scale and see where you're at. You might have lost 1 pound. But that's success right there. That's the beginning. That's the start. That can motivate you. You know what I'm saying? Once you step on there, when you stepped on there, you was like 170. Now it's 169. Oh, okay, cool then. Okay. And now you get off and you say, okay, cool, let me keep going. Now remember, now we're trying to lose some weight, and meaning water weights too. So even if you drink water, it's cool. I'm not saying don't drink water, but remember, if you're stepping on the scale a lot, water is going to put that scale high. But drink you some water. Just don't drink. Don't be sitting at the bed and table with a bunch of water drinking all day, because that weight, the scale is going to still be high. So say within 72 hours. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not finna be like people on YouTube telling people, yeah, within 12 hours your body going to autophagy. That's a lie. Within 72 hours of not eating nothing, 72 hours, that's when you're going to probably feel autophagy. Autophagy is now, when your food is gone out your stomach, what's going to happen is you're going to be hungry slash starving because you haven't eaten in 3 days. And so the autophagy set in is going to be it eating now. It don't know what else to eat because the food is gone now. All that peas and pasta and all that, that's gone. 72 hours is gone. So it's going to start eating what's left, and it's the fat that's stored in you. It's going to eat all that fat that's stored in you from weeks ago. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to feel that. Feeling the autophagy is when you're starving. Let me give you an example of the feeling of autophagy. See, this is the difference of saying and thinking you're hungry than you're actually hungry. When you go into autophagy for real, because you're trying to lose the fat that's stored in your body. People who don't eat dates will look at some dates and say, damn that, I want them dates right there. Huh? People who don't eat squash will see that squash over there and say, damn that, I want some of that squash. Going into autophagy is self-eating, meaning that you're putting yourself now into a starving mode. That's the best feeling to have when you're on your weight loss journey. It's unpleasant, but it's the best feeling to have because autophagy is letting you know that it's starting to eat away the fat that's stored in your body. That's what that is. It's an unpleasant, unwanted feeling, especially if you've never put your body into that mode before. But I'm here to tell people that's the best feeling. When you go to that degree, when your body is like, feel like the stomach in your back, that's the beginning of your weight loss journey. Not when you stop eating. Not within 24 hours. That's not the beginning. Not within 12 to 16 hours. That's not the beginning of the weight loss. The beginning of your weight loss is at least 3 days after you started. When you start looking at food, when you want candy for food, when you want to chew gum just for the heck of it, when you want a peppermint and then another peppermint, then another peppermint, you're hungry, you're starving. That's what we're talking about. When you're addicted to looking at mukbangs, that's starving, huh? When you're looking at foods that you never ate, that you never wanted to eat, you got a taste for it. That's putting your body into autophagy. And then when you start seeing the results, when you step on the scale, it was 169 within the 2 days of you fasting. Within 3 to 4 days of not eating anything. Remember, you may be chewing gum to get, to get the appetite out and drink some water, but you're not eating nothing. You're not eating foods, people. So the 4th day when you step on that scale, guess what that scale is going to say? It's going to say 165. Huh? That's what that scale is going to say. It's going to say 165. I guarantee you. That's what it's going to say, because you are now getting rid of the fat. People say, but that's not healthy. No, that's the most healthiest way, because you're getting rid of waste. You're getting rid of the fat. See, just because you're not physically eating anything, that does not mean that you're dying. You got too much fat in you to die. Huh? You're not malnutrition. You're getting to the weight that you're supposed to be. Malnutrition is when it is nothing left for the autophagy to eat. When you don't have nothing left. You got people that's underweight, anorexia, all this skin and bones, their ass all something. That's underweight. That's malnutrition. That's unhealthy right there. You're not putting your body to that degree. Those people ain't got none left but actual blood, skin, and bones. They don't even have muscle. That we're not getting to that degree. That's another level of malnutrition. We're talking about a normal person who is trying to get rid of the waste / fat. And that's what autophagy is. It's very unpleasant. You're going to think that you're dying. You're going to think that you need to eat something because you never even felt that. And feeling that could be scary. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. I can feel my stomach. I can feel my rib cage. Well, you're supposed to feel something you never felt before. See, people look at you like, girl, I think you don't lose no more weight. Don't listen to them. When God made Adam and Eve, he did not make Adam and Eve fat. He did not put purposely a extra burden on our body, which is fat. We are doing that. We're walking around with a burden because of our no self-control on how we choose to eat. When we overeat, we're putting the fat in our bodies. And yet we want to lose weight, but we don't want to go through what put us there. That's the only way you're going to be able to truly lose weight. People are lying again, telling people that if you eat salads with dressing only, you will lose the weight. If you're constantly eating anything, you're not losing nothing. I don't care if you eat one bowl of salad one day, meaning an old man diet. When you put anything in your body, you have to allow it to break down. You got to allow that food to burn. It may take longer than others for that food to burn. Eating one salad a day is cool only if you're able to control your weight loss. If you're eating one salad a day and you're satisfied with your weight, then that's cool. But if you're trying to constantly lose and burn that fat, it's best to put your body into autophagy. I'm not telling people to die over this. I'm not saying that, but that's what autophagy means. Autophagy setting is when you are actually, truthfully hungry. But don't look at that as a bad thing. When you put your body into that, that means that it's starting to eat the fat that is stored in your body. You will know that it's working because you will start seeing the results of your weight loss. You will see the scale move. That would give you anything. It would give you hope and motivation to continue on your journey. That's what that is, people. So don't listen to the lies about, oh, it just takes 12 hours for your body to go in autophagy. That's not always true for everybody. That is not true. If you are eating, you eat what you eat, McDonald's, Burger King, you decide to go on a weight loss and fast, remember this, people. It's going to take at least 24 hours for that food to even burn off, bro. That is not autophagy setting. It's going to take 24 hours for it to begin the process. Your mind within 24 hours is going to tell you you're starving, you're hungry, you need to eat. That's your mind. We're talking about your body. Remember that. 24 hours to even begin the process. 72 hours is probably the beginning of autophagy. So put your body through that mode. We're talking about naturally. Put your body into that mode and stay focused. Keep God in the midst of everything. You don't want to lose focus. You don't want to lose track. Remember, this is a journey. So you're going to have ups and downs. But that's not signs that you should give up. I'm going through the same thing, people. But believe me, this will work for those who are willing to lose weight truthfully. And let me tell you something before I click off. When you reach your goal after this journey of weight loss, please, people, don't eat garbage. Eat good foods that's going to nourish the temple. Why would you put yourself through autophagy? Forget the fast. Anybody could fast. But when you put your body into autophagy, that's not nothing to play with. Why would you go to that degree physically just to, oh, I'm good now, I reached my goal, I'm at 120, and then go back and eat a time fiesta? Go back and eat tacos and nachos. Even a salad with all that heavy ranch and cheese and bacon bits on it. That stuff is nasty. You're going to see that scale shoot right back up, and then you're going to fall into depression. Keep motivation and eat Right. Feed that body with good fuel so you can stay at your level, and you may even lose a couple more pounds if you're eating light. Your quantity of food matters too, people, because once you overeat even the good foods, you're going to put the scale up, but that doesn't mean that you're gaining weight and fats. It's just that you're glutting now, and that's a sign to tell you to start eating in moderation. Eat when you're satisfied, not till you're full. Shalom.